So we sold a watch to a client and it's short links. The links got mixed in with all of our other AP links. So now it's a white gold one. So I need to make sure that we give them the right links. So that's 4.2 Gs, 2.9. So this is definitely white gold. How many links did the guys ship back for the 26239 BC? It's so weird, bro, because they're nowhere to be found. They were connected, all three? Okay, so I found one that was separate and then there's two that are connected somewhere. I got wires for 585. Okay, super. So we got a record month here at G&G. Wires keep coming in. It's been awesome. We've been grinding the last 6 months. And yeah, the business has grown a little bit, but nothing significant. So it seems like our work is finally panning out. And there's 2 missing links somewhere. This link thing is always an issue. I found 1 white gold. We need 2 more because it's confirmed we're missing 3. How you can tell the difference between a white gold and a steel link is the white gold has this like white rhodium finish on all the white gold APs. So you can see there's a little bit more like brightness and shininess versus a steel link. Once we find them, we'll drop them back off of Sean's.
Okay, the watch, the MJ told me about the day.
Didn't he already have the watch or no?
Thanks,
Yeah, we'll do.
Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We gave him a box with the skeleton, right?
Yeah, complete set.
Yeah, we did. This is when we did the big deal.
It was a part of the big deal.
I'm pretty sure even in the reel that we did, you could see AP boxes in it. I'm trying to look for that reel.
No, 100%, because I was trying not to sell it and he insisted of it being a part of the deal, remember? So this happens with a lot of different things. Short-term memory, not so great because I'm pretty manic and all over the place, but long-term definitely pay some dividends, 100%. Whenever we do deals like 6 to even a year, 2 years back, an instance like this when we did a deal with a client and he's saying that we didn't give him a box, and I remember 100% we gave him a box because I didn't even want to sell the watch at the time. It definitely comes in handy, and then Alec was looking back through things and he's like, yeah, 100% that we sold it with a box. A really big deal. We're buying a huge package from a client that wants to liquidate some of their watches just because they're moving on. They really like RM versus AP, so they're trading in some more APs, and the client didn't remember if she had bought the watches, or the client didn't remember if she had bought the watch with the card or not. I immediately remembered like every little transaction, if it had a card, if it didn't have a card, and I have documentation on my phone that'll like recheck it. But yeah, that kind of stuff I never forget. Okay, so here's our packing room. Today we got in a few watches on trade. Client made a big upgrade. Congrats to him. He traded in some Rolexes that he had got from the AD. He's gonna get a 6702, and he wanted this on the bright baby blue strap, and luckily we have a baby blue strap that he can put this on. Garrett on hold, that's what I like. Awesome. Dora, give this a mark to switch it. Yeah, he wants it on the baby blue. So super pumped for that client. We also sold the Eye of the Tiger. We just got it in. Went out to another great client of ours. Actually really nice condition. Oh wow, it's like full sticker. I didn't even know that. Gave the client a really good deal. Happy from him. I said it was mint, but it looks like it's brand new full sticker. So the client's winning on that battle. Super pumped. Here we got an RM10. That's like brand new. So they like discontinued this watch, I think around 2018, and then they're remaking it. It's just such like a good size, great price point RM, classic tono shape. It looks really sick on this Nardo Gray Velcro. And the thing with RM10 is a really good size entry level to RM. The RM05s are a little small, so I really recommend this. You know, this, or if you have the extra money to go with the 67, maybe go with that as a first watch. But great first RM, came with a few straps. And some of these RM10 straps are really hard to come by. Like this is a really nice color for it. Really, really nice. So another crazy thing that happened this weekend is we had a new client, huge collector. He bought the RM3503 blue Tom Brady. So we'll do something about that. Very pumped for him. He is a collector of RM since the brand started, he was saying, and he has roughly 25 RMs. He buys like an RM a year, but he was absolutely stoked that we had the piece. He came in, he tried on a bunch of different watches. He won a 1701. We had just sold all of our 1701s, also a really hard watch for us right now. He tried on the 3503 black. I wasn't here, this is what Alec was saying, and the blue, really liked the blue. And then when he heard that we had the one from Tom Brady with his name on it that he had recently just auctioned, he was ecstatic. So went for that. Super happy for him. I think down the road, that is a really good collector's piece, 100%. When they did the Tom Brady auction and they did the piece unique with the Tom Brady dial that went for like, I think like $850. I thought it was gonna go for 1.5, so I fell asleep. But at $850, I 100% would have bought it. We actually contacted Sotheby's and tried to find out who the buyer was and buy it off them. And if they were were interested, and they came back saying they weren't interested in selling it. Sometimes you snooze, you lose. I just assumed it was going to go for way more, would have bought it. So whoever bought it definitely got a really good deal. I love South Park. Sort of like half my life from Philly and Colorado. Huge South Park fan, so yeah. This is a fucking full sticker. Jeez. Tuesday morning, we had a very interesting start. First off, at G&G, the hours are endless. We're answering the phones at like 6 in the morning until midnight. We never stop. But our Tuesday morning was a little interesting when Blake got a phone call.
Honestly, I don't normally get phone calls from clients at 6:30 in the morning, and this wasn't a phone call obviously from a client, but I got a call. They said they were Channel 10 News. Obviously, recently there's been a lot going on in Miami. We had F1 just in Miami, or Fort Lauderdale, and there has been a lot of watch theft. So they specifically wanted to do a story on watch theft, specifically regarding Jason Pierre-Paul getting his watch stolen at F1, or a party after F1. They called me up, they asked if we had some RMs. Of course, G&G always has RMs. They asked if they could come film a story. I met them here at 9:45, about 3 hours later. I tried calling Garrett a couple times.
No, that was the crazier part. So I wake up, I'm getting my kid ready for school, and I had like all these missed calls from Lake and Mark saying, are you available? You know, what's going on? Answer your phone. And I was just like, I was nervous. Like, did someone break into the office? That's the first thing that I think about, because we actually had a break-in at one point. Then I called them up, and then they're like, oh, the news is coming, and actually they're gonna be here in like 30 minutes. So race my kid to school like as fast as possible. Probably could have gotten a speeding ticket here. Before I know it, I showed up, and literally 5 minutes later, they were already here.
I told them that we opened at 10. They're like, well, can we go earlier than 10? And I was like, sure, yeah, we'll set it up. And then I wasn't able to get you on the phone, so I was like, oh, I didn't want you just like showing up to the office without any context and just like being like a news station set up in the front room. But we ended up making it happen. I'm generally a pretty early riser, although the phone call did catch me a bit off guard. But it was really interesting. We definitely gave them a walkthrough on basically watches, both RM and other brands, how kind of theft has kind of taken place and elevated. I mean, I feel like back in the day, the only watch that thieves would know, they would just look for gold. They would look for diamonds. A gold Breitling with diamonds would probably be speculated as being more expensive than a Rolex or obviously an RM, because an RM is so out there. But now, obviously, people are modernizing and watches are more mainstream than they once were. But we just wanted to kind of give them an overview. We spoke about specifically RM, honestly the safeguards as to why RM is a much more difficult watch to steal than other pieces. Not always just the stealing process, but the liquidation process.
It's funny on how every single time for us it's the same exact story. So when we get watches in and we check the serial, and if it's a stolen watch, they'll give like a little description. And then like every single time it's the same thing. Nightclubs or strip bars, events, wearing watches. It's just like, come on, it's obvious. Anything after 12, like nothing good happens.
And specifically, what always happens is it's a group of people
it's the same
that surround you. You get a little discombobulated, whether it's a group of guys or honestly, I've heard it happening at nightclubs where they'll literally have a group of girls go and surround you. And obviously in a nightclub, there's tons of people. Like, it's not out of the norm to have a group of 10, 15 people around you start squeezing you, bumping into you. They can slip the watch off your wrist, pass it 3 people away, and it's being walked out of the venue before you even know it.
Yeah, no, Channel 10 News was great. The team that came were really, really nice. One thing I was very surprised about Channel 10 News is the reason why they were pushing to be here so early is because they wanted to edit the clips for it to be on the news literally like an hour and a half later. I had no idea that that was the case. I would think the news would like, you know, set things up from like a week prior and take time editing it. But no, they came here, they got what they wanted. I think they knew what they wanted. They weren't like super direct on exactly what they wanted with us. We kind of, you know, talked about watches. We thought it would be more about RM as a brand and watches, you know, and their valuations, serial process, etc. But it was more so around the story of the JPP getting the watch stolen, which, you know, is okay. I know that they don't want to be like too specific, but it's crazy to me that they came in, they got the clips and they were out, and then literally watched it in the office an hour and a half later. Not only that, but they had to drive like 40 minutes back that way. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they gotta stay current. It's a rush to get the stuff out, and they did a great job. They were honestly super nice, very cooperative. Definitely very happy we were able to get that done.
We learned a lot about watches today. That one watch, Richard Mille, it's one that's worn by elite athletes like retired tennis star Rafael Nadal and golfer Bubba Watson. It's a watch that can cost as much as a home. We spoke with a local jeweler who says it can easily end up in the wrong hands. A luxury timepiece like this is pricey, but sometimes it can draw the wrong kind of attention.
Because they know that once they take it, it's really easy to go sell and make a profit. Our advice is, one, if you're wearing your watch a lot, just get it insured. You know, Jewelers Mutual or Berkeley Insurance, reach out to them. And two, like any big events where there's going to be a handful of people, they're going to do that thing where there's going to be 4 people like bumping into you and just taking the watch. I think it's just like unavoidable. So like F1, other events, anything late night, of course, but like, yeah, the bigger events during the day, I wouldn't wear a watch. But, you know, some of our clients, if you have a lot of money and don't really care and might want to wear your watch, then it is what it is. You know?
I mean, what I would always say, and this is kind of what I do, if you're going to an event, a sports game, anything, if you're in a box or in your seat, fine, have the watch out, but have long sleeves. When you're leaving, going in, around groups of people, cover the watch, keep it protected. If you have long sleeves and a cuff that you can kind of cuff over the watch, they're not going to be able to seal it from underneath that. So when you're walking in areas that could be a bit precarious, just have that safeguard.
So we're sending out, Pops is sending out a really large wire. So when we do this, we double verify. So it's a 4-eye process. We got 4 eyes on it so it doesn't mess up. It's just too large. When we were putting in the SWIFT code was linking to another bank, really weird, over our limit. So we had to send it through Cash Pro on Bank of America. And when we put in the SWIFT code, it was connecting to another bank, which is scary. So we're just gonna go into Bank of America and send it because it's a lot of money. It's a freaking headache walking down there. Not only that, it's a swamp and I'm in sweatpants, but it's what you gotta do. Yeah, so we always like double and triple checking our wires. I think we know every problem in the book on how not to send wires because we've had several wires held up over the last, 5 years. All sorts of headaches. It's better safe than sorry. Go in the branch, talk with them, and make sure it's right.
Plus, retrieving 700 grand isn't a lot of fun either.
Yeah, sometimes like if you send it wrong, it'll take, I don't know, like 12 days to come back. We've had that happen before. It's an absolute freaking headache. So we're excited. Summer's here. Summer is actually really, really good for us at G&G. Historically, our sales have been pretty good in summer. I think it kind of tapers off July and August because everyone kind of goes on vacation, especially the Europeans. But so far, we're having a record month here in May. We're going to be short-handed a little bit. Alec is going on vacation, but myself as well. Alec's going to be going to Hawaii. I'll probably be going to Australia for a little bit with my family. During that time, I think we're very diligent here at G&G. We're very motivated. We work off of each other. So I think even though we'll be gone on vacation, we'll still be doing some work because we're all about breaking records and hitting goals. So Alec, is that right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I work pretty much 24/7. Like if someone calls me on a Saturday or if someone hits me up on a Saturday, my response time's pretty good when I'm on vacation. It still is vacation because I don't mind doing my job, but I'm still gonna answer the phone. I'm still gonna follow up on leads. And obviously, like Garrett said, we're near our record month. I think that we're gonna surpass it. So unless we really choke the last 2 weeks, which I think we won't, I think that we're on a really good pace right now. I just sold a blue ceramic, and then yesterday, Sunday, I sold the 3503 blue Tom Brady, which is $450,000 watch. Pretty big hitters. We haven't done too much volume this month. I think like our average sale price, Garrett, is like $350K. We haven't sold that many watches, but we have one that was 1.3. We have one that was 700. We have 3 or 4 in the 400s. I mean, when you're selling 3503s, 1701s, Kimi Räikkönen, blue ceramics, like it gets pretty easy. So that's pretty much
Yeah, I think, the big pieces have been really hot this month. I mean, I'm looking at the spreadsheet now. It's 3503, 5004, RM55 Bubba, 1701, 6501. We have another 1701. That's 2 1701s. Such a great value, that watch. It's absolutely insane. You know, 1103 red. We have 5990, 5723, 26735 sand gold. That's gonna be sick.
Yeah.
We have it. Is that already shipped?
No.
Okay, so you guys will see content on that soon. Definitely be posting some cool videos of it.
Open work tourbillon stand gold.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's as cool as? Do you think it's?
No, I think the watch
150K?
is very cool, and I know that they just haven't made many, which has held the price so strong. They really haven't. It's a really good watch. And then 3503, another one. 3503 is just really hot right now, and they're even starting to go up. Like we have one left, and I think I'm gonna raise the price because there's just like none in the market right now, and they're selling pretty well for us. I think it's a great watch.
Yeah, I just think that we gotta kind of stop talking about the record month thing and just, you know, kind of have tunnel vision, just keep making sales. Because I feel like every month where we're doing like really well, like I feel like we kind of either kill it or like the last like week we kind of slow down a little bit. So hopefully that's not the case. What do you think, Garrett?
No, I think we have too much momentum. I think we've put in a lot of legwork the last like 6 months, changing up a lot of things. And I knew it was like about time to like hit that next growth spurt. I mean, sales have been increasing month over month, but this is definitely a huge kicker. Yeah, let's see. It's definitely the bigger watches that have helped us out a lot this month. You know, I think we're also finding new niches and new clients that are into these bigger pieces. And then not only that, even with the tariffs and everything, we've been able to source a lot of really good watches at really good prices.